So, I don't know. Let's just go to your calls. I'm going to shut up now. Wilson in New York, you're on the air. Wilson, go ahead. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Wilson's gone. I don't blame him for hanging up. Mike in Wyoming. Mike, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Alex.
Hello, sir.
Yesterday, somebody was calling in and asking about the Council for National Policy, and I thought it's worth pointing out that Dr. Stan Monteith at least was a member. I don't know if he still is or not, but back in the 90s, he was listed in their membership rolls for whatever that's worth. The main reason I called, several weeks ago, I emailed Aaron and Rob D. About Dr. Gordon Prather, who I'd heard him as a guest on Goyette's show down in Phoenix a couple years ago. He's an excellent guest. I think he used to work at Los Alamos. He's a nuclear physicist. Somehow he was involved with the weapons inspection regime in Iraq. Before that all fell apart.
What's his name again? We'll write it down. My pen has walked off.
Gordon Prather.
I've heard of him.
Praether. And he'd be a good guy to just find out what is the capability of our government in terms of detecting nuclear devices in case some terrorist device goes off in a big city. Could it have reasonably been expected to have been detected beforehand? He would know that kind of thing, and I'd kind of like to have him weigh in on that issue.
Absolutely. We'll check into that. What do you think about bills introduced that actually say if you hurt someone's feelings, federal felony charge under terrorism clauses? What do you think about open bills saying if the Attorney General thinks you might be a danger, we're going to put you on a no-gun list? That's what I keep saying, because I remember seeing Homeland Security Ridge, when he was the head of it, say that this, to work, to live, to own guns, to travel, they're going to have federal checkpoints on the state highways. I remember seeing Bill Clinton's plans. They've been planning this a long time. It's just now it's happening.
They were clearly planning it several years ago when they started writing these or enacting these laws that says if you threaten a congressman, you're guilty of terrorism. I mean, they knew what was coming up, and they were paving the ground for their antics.
That's right, and they're saying aggressive speech is what that is. Like, you better stop it or we're going to throw you bums out, and the police show up. Remember the news articles, if you search engine the term man visited by Homeland Security for buying ammo. And they usually bury it. I've seen a bunch of mainstream articles in New York and Texas and Illinois and California and Oregon are some of the places, in Missouri of all places. You'll see the articles, and it's never in the headline. Because I'm going to put this in a film. I've been looking these up. It's always in the bottom of the article like it's no big deal. Oh, Bob such and such bought 1,000 rounds of ammo, and Homeland Security visited him and put him on a list. This guy bought 3 guns and got a Homeland Security visit asking if he was a terrorist. They are advertising like you're a terrorist now if you go out and buy guns and ammo as a chilling effect. Well, if we give in to this chilling effect, it's over, Mike.
What I've been doing is calling on these various issues. All my congressional delegation is Republican. We only have one representative here in Wyoming. She's a first-termer. But when I call them, I don't allow them to say, well, she or he voted no on that. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Since they've marginalized themselves by 8 years of apathy, they can vote no, and it doesn't matter because you've got a Democrat majority. So I say you need to be, or Congressman so-and-so needs to be pushing for criminal charges for a Justice Department investigation of Bernanke, of Greenspan, of Paulson, the whole gang.
Exactly. The Republicans didn't, reinstate our liberties and our freedoms and all this when they were in power. They tried the opposite. Now that they're out of power, they can act like they're patriots and fighting all of this. And the litmus test is arrest the bankers. And if enough of us start saying that, they can't get us all, come after us all for doing it, because believe me, it's dangerous. We're getting a lot of heat for doing this. And I'm doing it willingly. Mike, it's good hearing from you. I appreciate your call. All right, George, Steve, Josh, and others, I'm going to get to you in a moment. I have looked more into this Council for National Policy because I keep getting emails and calls about it, and people saying, I've heard your part of it, or I've heard Ron Paul's part of it, or I've heard this guy's part of it, that guy's part of it. So I knew I'd heard of it before in association with Blackwater from some professors and people we'd had on. And so I went and looked it up. It's kind of like a junior CFR. You know, they have lots of these things that have, Robert's rules or wherever where you don't talk about what goes on in the meeting. And I went and looked at it. It's something from the 80s where, they went out and co-opted the preachers and went out and co-opted talk show hosts and went out and co-opted, Oliver North was involved and all of these people. And then when I look at the list of people that were involved in this, I know most of them have even come out and, this was the 80s. It's easy in 2009 to go, look at this group. They were being funded by the Hunt brothers and they wanted to bring back, right-wing Bill of Rights Constitution and Hillary's giving speeches about it. I discovered that was what her whole, vast right-wing conspiracy was about. And of course there's a vast right-wing conspiracy. That's the phony right-wing co-opting, conservatives in this country and also trying to get power in the political process. That's how all these groups work. But we always explain, we don't get too upset, and obsessed about even the Council on Foreign Relations running everything. We explain that's a pyramidal structure where most of them don't even know what the bigger picture is, and they've been co-opted into this good old boy club. Trilateral Commission's a lot smaller. It's pretty much all insiders. Bilderberg, total insiders. But there's all these other groups. But I mean, the endless obsession with, was somebody part of a right-wing group 25, 30 years ago. Meanwhile, all hell's coming down on us. The bankers are taking over right now, and they're trying to get us to fight off of left, right.
IonicZone.com sells virus, bacteria, and mold-killing products that will protect you and your loved ones from airborne pathogens, biological threats, chemtrails, you name it. For instance, Ionic Zone sells their patented ozone generators from $279, digital water ozonators from $135, and UVC dual-lamp induct air sanitizers from $279. Ionic Zone also sells highly effective alternative health products. For instance, Jim Humble's revolutionary internal virus-killing invention MMS, Miracle Mineral Solution, Canada's Nurse Reen Case's ASIX-T, Naturopath recommended Super Zeolite for heavy metal detox, even an ozone handheld bidet. If you're interested in natural healing, you'll love what Ionic Zone has to offer. Ionic Zone also offers free home business opportunities that will make you well over $1,000 a month. Call Mike toll-free at 1-800-549-9535 to inquire or go to ioniczone.com.
In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Americans, do you know where your food comes from? Is it safe, secure, and healthy? Did you know most of our food is now contaminated with genetically modified ingredients? We at Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company have been helping people get pure garden seed for 12 years and carry over 1,200 varieties of GMO-free heirloom seed. Go to www.rareseeds.com for more information. That's rareseeds.com. Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company was started in 1998 by a 17-year-old as a hobby. It was developed out of a passion for preserving our vegetable heritage. The company now offers the largest selection of pure heirloom seeds, strive every year to bring back varieties like our forefathers grew. In times like these, we can't trust the government to keep our seeds safe. Every year at Baker Creek, we work to preserve the best of the oldest for future gardeners. We also offer affordable seed collections for long-term storage. Go to www.rareseeds.com and get your seeds from America's pure seed source. That's rareseeds.com.
I'm going to go back to your calls, but finishing up, I'll be on YouTube. I'll be on my own website, infowars.com or prisonplanet.com, and I'll be scanning their comments because there's always so many great video links and ideas and points listeners make. The comments are more addictive than even the articles. I'm just addicted to information, learning more, and I'll be, that's interesting info. And then I'll just see these mindless throwaway lines. Alex Jones is a Scientologist. No proof, no facts, they just say it. And I'm not. Or Alex Jones is Jewish. Like that would be bad if I was. No, it wouldn't be bad if I was, but I'm not Jewish. But I've decided to come on air and say, I'm Jewish. Fine. I'm Jewish. I was bar mitzvahed. I work for Israel. There. You can just make it. Of course, it's not true, but it doesn't matter. I mean, but my whole issue is it's like the people that make that stuff up revel in it. You're a Scientologist, which there would be a problem if I was that. Boy, that really weird group. And again, they want to make it about